Good morning and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And we have in studio with us Ms. SherryAnn Rollocks Hackett, School Supervisor 3. And she has come here to talk to us about the Tobago Educators Professional Development Program. Good morning and welcome, Mrs. Rollocks Hackett.
Good morning and thank you for having me here. And good morning to the wider Tobago public and especially our educators.
Okay, so we want to go straight into it. Tell us, what is the Tobago Educators Professional Development Program?
Well, the program has been in existence for several years now, and it targets all our teachers at all levels, from the ECC level, primary to secondary level. And it's an opportunity that we utilize to really enhance the development of our teachers, to provide them with the opportunities to upskill their competencies so that they can be more effective in the classroom. Because our commitment at the Division of Education, Research and Technology is towards excellence and towards lifelong learning.
Okay, and this program, is it something that is year-round or does it take place at a particular time of the year?
Yes, it is an annual program and it usually takes place immediately after school closes for the July-August vacation. So we really say to our teachers and our educators, before you exhale, give us, it's usually 2 weeks.
Okay.
But because this year, the vacation is not an 8 weeks vacation this year, it's a 7 week. We have decided to cut it down somewhat. So we have 1 week this year, which is from the 14th to the 18th of July. So we are asking them, come and invest in your skill set and your development just for 1 week before you actually go off on that vacation, well-deserved vacation.
And you know, you mentioned that you're asking them to come out. Is it something that is mandatory or is it voluntary?
It is voluntary, right? And as educators, we speak about the importance of being lifelong learners. We speak about the importance of ensuring that we have the technical competencies. So it's an opportunity for the teachers, the educators themselves to demonstrate what we preach by ensuring that we come out. So we are here, I'm here this morning to encourage the participation of our wider administrators, our teachers, even our safety officers within our schools are targeted in our program because they too need to be provided with the opportunities so that they can better perform their jobs.
And you know, you're talking about teachers at all different levels. You're talking primary, secondary, ECC.
Yeah.
You're talking about, you know, safety officers, administrators, all sorts of, once you're in the teaching environment,
Yes.
you're talking about them. How are the courses or the sessions tailored to capture the person who is a safety officer? What types of topics you talk on to ensure that or how is the workshop structured? Are you going to have everybody sitting at the same time learning the same skills, or are you going to have like breakout rooms? So primary goes here, secondary goes here, safety officers here, admin. How is it going to work out?
All right, so the schedule and the topics that will be dealt with throughout the period have been carefully selected. And they are responsive to our real needs within the sector. So we have topics that target essentially our administrators, our principals, our vice principal, the middle managers at our schools, our deans, etc. And there are certain programs that also look at our safety officers and officers at the ECCE level. I can just briefly mention some of them.
Okay.
For our administrators, for example, they are at a point in time where they are required to develop school development plans. Now, those plans are recognized as part of our school-based management strategy that empowers our school leaders to envision the pathways, where they want their school to develop and how they would like it to develop, the areas of focus given their particular needs, and come out with a trajectory as to how they will get there. So thus far, they have submitted elements of that plan that speaks to having done their SWOT analysis, having looked at what their strengths are, their school profile, etc. And they are now at a point where they are required to actually build out that plan. So we have Mr. Kurt Wellington coming out of the Arthur Lockjack Graduate School, University of the West Indies, and he will be looking at strategic planning for school leadership. And we are expecting that not just the principals will come out, the vice principal, but members of the school-based management team, and even teachers, the ordinary teacher who may be interested in, entering administration at some point in time, that those teachers will also come out and participate. At this point in time also, we are speaking about strategies as far as, AI, and that is a buzzword now almost. Everybody's talking about AI, etc. And if you may remember, only recently, the primary schools here in Tobago and also in Trinidad for some of those days were closed to facilitate our educators participating in AI training. I know some persons ask, what would a one-day session on AI do for our teachers? But we are quite cognizant of the fact that it's an investment, it's incremental. And we also have, during our training program, sessions for our teachers. We have, for the administrators, directly targeted for them, we have Mr. Gerard Lanos, and he's coming from GNC Labs, and he's an expert in the area of artificial intelligence. And what we are doing there is outlining to our principals how they can incorporate AI technology in the administration of their schools. And then we are going to look also at the teachers, targeted teachers too, middle managers, etc., as to how do we rethink or restructure assessment and evaluation in an era of artificial intelligence. Now, we do different types of assessment. You can do holistic assessment, you can utilize a rubric, etc. And utilizing of that rubric, we have to be cognizant of the fact that today you can give a student a project, an assignment, and they can go online using AI and get an entire thesis done on whatever topic once they put in the correct and the appropriate prompts. How do you evaluate that? How do you assess that as representing the true intellect and capability of the child? And therefore, we'll be exploring that with AI for middle managers, all right? And we are also looking at the area of engaging the disruptive learner. The whole of Tobago, whole of Trinidad and Tobago, we have been seeing the videos online. We have been seeing the fights, and we have been hearing about the bullying. And many of these activities and these things that have been happening has been interrupting the normal flow of our classrooms to enable our teachers to be as effective as they would like to be. And therefore, we felt that it was also important at a time like this for us to sit with our teachers, our classroom teachers, and explore different approaches as to how we can better engage those learners. Because sometimes some of the children, they misbehave because they are not as effectively engaged in the classroom at the time. So we want to provide our educators with additional skills, and we have Dr. Henry Paul, who will be leading in that particular area. He's a son of the soil right here from Tobago, but he currently works out of the University of the West Indies, the Teaching and Learning Center. So he will be leading that.
Okay.
A few of some of the areas.
You've spoken about a lot of
quite
stuff.
a lot, yes.
And we have more, but yes, those are some.
But I want to know from you, over the years, what has the participation really been like from teachers? Are you all satisfied with the levels of buy-in you've gotten over the years?
I would say over the years, it has been very encouraging. And I really want to congratulate those educators who every single vacation training program, they are there. And many of them have actually testified that they don't miss it. They ensure that they put it on their calendar. Yes, it's coming. But we would like to see a greater level of participation, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here this morning, to encourage the participation. Come out. Yes, I know. You have been waiting for this vacation, yes? And you're ready to go. I know that there are some principals, some teachers who already have their tickets and so forth. Yes. But for those of you who have not yet purchased your ticket, we are saying come out and participate at the end of the day. Because we have training, as I indicated earlier, throughout the year. Our curriculum unit, they usually engage our teachers throughout the year on various in various areas pertaining specifically to the curriculum and in instructional delivery. And we also have training that also targets the examinations, the regional exam, the CSEC, the CAPE, and also our SCA. We have training that also upskill and develop the competencies of our teachers in particular areas. But when it comes to the July vacation training program, it's those teachers who are very professional minded, who really understand the importance of investing in yourself so that you can more effectively pour in to our learners. And we encourage them to come out and participate. And you know what? This year I'm happy to report that we have personnel coming out of the hotel school who actually reached out to me, indicated, Mrs. Hackett, we want to get on board. And I said to them, certainly sign up for the areas that you are interested in. And they have signed up. So we're encouraging even persons. We have our trade school, right? We encourage our tutors there to also be a part of this. Don't be left out.
Wouldn't it be amazing if all industries and all cross sectors of what we do here on the island of Tobago just buy into the training that is relevant to their industry so that we could improve our service on the island? So I must commend the Division of Education. I must commend the teachers who are committed to attending each year, and even the persons who want to buy in this year as well. And you know, I take this opportunity to encourage those teachers who don't have their tickets to go anywhere as yet, because I know some teachers have been doing the countdown. We have been following them on social media. 1 more week to go. So if you haven't purchased your ticket or you don't have commitments to be out of the country or any other engagement, this is a perfect opportunity for you to enhance your skills and to keep up with the times. You heard me talking about AI and all sorts of things happening there, and I've seen photos and videos of some of the sessions that you've hosted over the years. And I see the engagement, and I see how the teachers are interacting with the material. I see how they interact with the material, and then I see how they bring it into the classroom to engage the students. So, you know, you don't want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, I simply want to say to our educators, this is for you. You know, sometimes we look at the end result, how the students perform in the various examination or even in internal assessment and so forth. But to ensure that we receive an end product of a high quality, we have to ensure that the persons who are in the driver's seat, our teachers, our administrators, that they are best positioned and have the necessary competencies to do what is required, to be able to unearth and unveil that level of excellence from among our young people. So I'm saying that this is for you, embrace it, and I would really like all of you, once you have the ability, you are here, to come out and be a part of this year's Vacation Professional Development Training Program 2025. And I just want to also add one last thing. You know, we now we have the SCA results, and we have celebrated that our secretary, Ms. Arisha Hackett, would have held a news conference and would have indicated to Tobago how our students have performed. Now, at this point in time, we have an onset of persons requesting transfers. And I would like to take this opportunity to say to parents that at the end of the day, what determines where a child is placed is that SCA examination. And yes, I know some people eventually, they desire a transfer. And there is a process to apply for that transfer. You must ensure, first of all, that you register the child at the school the child has been assigned to. And when you go to register a child, then you make the request to the personnel who are there that you are interested in a transfer. They will give you the form, you will fill it out, you will leave it with the school. And the school will then ensure that that application meets us at the Division of Education, Research and Technology. But at the end of the day, as educators, as a responsible division, we say very confidently and boldly that all our 9 high schools are effective and excellent schools, and they cater for the needs of all our children.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing, amazing stuff. I mean, you know, I want to endorse that as well. I know a lot of parents, they kind of want to move to another school for whatever reason it might be. It could be transportation, it could be anything. Yes. But let us be reminded that all schools are equipped with all the essential things that are necessary for the education of your child, the education and well-being of your child. So, you know, that you can also consider that wherever the child was placed, you can consider, let's take the child there. We've been speaking with Mrs. SherryAnn Rollocks Hackett, School Supervisor 3, and we spoke primarily about the Tobago Educators Professional Development Program that takes place during the July-August vacation period right here on the island of Tobago, engaging all of our educators, administrators, and anybody who is into education on the island of Tobago. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio, and as we go, we invite you to help us.
Share the live, share the live, share the live.
We'll be right back.